Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I would like to start this session by appreciating you so much for the support you've given this channel by being a subscriber. If you wish to support us, please just hit the subscribe button and then you can hit the like button. GLADYS WANGA's win was confirmed. That was a major blow to Evans Kidero, who has been fighting so much to unseat RAILA Odinga from the Luo Nyanza dominancy. So Evans Kidero decided to contest the win of GLADYS WANGA and went to an extent of contracting the services of Julia SOWETO. And I think you know Julia SOWETO. She's the lawyer who represented RAILA Odinga during the presidential petition.
We won. Violence was meted out on our people. From 37 A's were changed from the original ones to replaced ones. A lot of illegalities and a lot of election malpractices were practiced, and I do not recognize that win. Obviously, we will be looking at the next step because the will of the HOMABAY people.
Julia SOWETO's representation of RAILA Odinga in that Supreme Court petition is one of the things that took center stage, and most people talked about it because it was a very good job done. But we all know what happened during that verdict that was issued by Martha Koome. But then, in this context between Evans Kidero and GLADYS WANGA, it proved a very, very risky job for Julia SOWETO because RAILA Odinga supports GLADYS WANGA, and Julia SOWETO has always been RAILA Odinga's diehard, and she has worked with James Orengo. So I initially last year, I think towards the end of last year, I did an analysis in this channel, and I said this was not going to be easy for Julia SOWETO. However much we know that Julia SOWETO is informed in matters of petitions, but this was proving to be very tricky for her, and her allegiance to RAILA Odinga was also a factor here, and also her work was another factor. So Julia SOWETO had to lose this battle. But Evans Kidero has been ordered to pay heavily for this, for the whole thing, and Justice Roslyn Aburili, after dismissing Kidero's petition for lack of merit, slapped him with a cost of 3.5 million for the expenses WANGA incurred in defending her victory in a judgment read for 5 hours. The judgment was delivered in 5 hours. So Kidero has to pay 3.5 million, in which IBC and APOPA are to share 1 million. WANGA and Magwanga will share 1.5 million, while ODM party will receive 1 million, a total of 3.5 million. So to me, Evans Kidero is going to lose heavily here because first, he had to cut for the legal expenses while being represented by Julia SOWETO, and then in this penalty that has been has been slapped on him, he also has to pay 3.5 million, and then there was the petition fees, So, to my understanding, Evans Kidero has lost close to 6 million, if I'm not wrong. It could be more than 6 million because the legal fees, the fees for paying for the petition filing, and then this 3.5 fine which has been slapped on him. So Evans Kidero is going to lose heavily. So all this was because of his quest to unseat RAILA Odinga. During the declaration of the votes, IBC said GLADYS WANGA got 244,559 votes against Kidero's 154,182. So the difference here was about 90,000. So UDA's candidate, that is Mark Rabudi of UDA, came last with I think 1,244 votes. That is what he got. During this all court battle, Kidero said that told the court that the election was marred with malpractices, and he asked the court to dismiss the election of Wanga. So Kidero raised several grievances, which included voter bribery at 9 polling stations and various parts of the county. He also claimed that agents were denied entry and some were accorded late entry at several polling stations on polling day. So also Kidero made allegation that votes were stuffed in ballot boxes in favor of GLADYS Wanga. And again, in one of the allegations is that Kidero complained that Form 37As were altered at various polling stations, and that allegedly led to an exchange of votes, and which saw Kidero's votes swapped with Wanga's. So those are some of the allegations that Kidero unleashed during that court battle. So the former governor also complained that the election was marred with violence, and so his agents ejected from polling station. That was a claim. Then he also complained that ODM party denied him victory by giving Wanga a free nomination ticket, thereby subverting the will of the people. I mean, this is probably it's not, I think this is not something that Evans Kidero ought to have complained. Remember, even when in Nairobi, Evans Kidero was also given a direct nomination, but I don't know whether he remembers that part, but that's what happened. So I think this was just some sideshow, but Justice Aburili ordered all the scrutinies and recount of ballot papers in all 92 polling stations during the hearing, and the results came in favor of GLADYS Wanga. So this is a major blow to Evans Kidero's plan of unseating Raila Amolo Odinga in the Luo Nyanza. So this is not going to work, because even the fact that Kidero has shown allegiance to William Samoei Ruto, that only means that if they were to go for a rerun, or rather for a re-election, or they were to go for a fresh election, I think Evans Kidero angeshinda, because the people in HOMABAY County are wangempe. In fact, the 155,000 votes that he got, maybe angepata hizo tena. It could have been lower to less than 100,000, because now the people will have understood that, okay, fine, you wanted to have this seat so that you can work with William Samoei Ruto. You remember, the people in HOMABAY County are diehards of Raila Amolo Odinga. Hata Raila Amolo Odinga azeke namna gani, they will always support him. So that's the reality on the ground. So Evans Kidero's plan has backfired, and I think he has to go to plan B. Plan A has failed. Plan B now might be, just trying to work with William Ruto and creating his own political base. But until that happens, he has a lot of things to contemplate on. And also there is this issue of court battle. I think he still has the court battle. So probably one of the reasons why he had to support William Samoei Ruto is because of that corruption allegations as attributed to his tenure at Nairobi County. So, ladies and gentlemen, kindly tell us what you think about this sudden shock, a shock. I call it a shocker to Evans Kidero, because it's giving Evans Kidero now a reason to still think of Plan B. Plan A has failed. Plan B might also fail, because if Plan A could not work, then Plan B will definitely not work, and Evans Kidero, even if he starts his own party, will still not be able to beat Raila Amolo Odinga in the Luo Nyanza, especially the HOMABAY County. So, ladies and gentlemen, while you share those comments you have, please just don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I need that subscription of yours. If perhaps you've not subscribed, that's the only way you get to support this channel and make it grow further. So stay safe and stay blessed until we catch up again in our next analysis.